Alright, so it's been a while since I've made a video. So that's what I'm doing, making a video. I have like no idea what the heck to talk about. I tried busting out some raps. And it's like, it just feels like it's okay, you know. Everyone's their worst critic, you know. A lot of artists like will definitely agree to that kind of thing is how I feel. But I don't go around like asking artists at all if like that's really how they all feel. You know, it's really interesting that we have like these like automatic census reports, and everybody's like, yeah, that's probably what everybody would say. That's got to be how everybody else feels. You know, you can like tell when something like is a rarity or really unique to yourself, and when something's like a run of the mill, you know, dime a dozen, everybody feels this way for sure without a doubt. It's like a singular, like a unity or something, like some sort of unexplainable, you know, human phenomenon that we just sort of like bond on. You know, we just bond that way. Not to say that there aren't exceptions to every rule. I'm sure there really is, but maybe there's not. You know, there are things called rules for a reason. Maybe those things are spoken in with words of love. You know, like an exception to every rule. I mean, a rule is a rule. There's no such thing as an exception. An exception is separate from a rule with a totally different definition, explaining something of a rule or something to do with a rule. But a rule is a rule, and therefore there is no exception. So it's really just kind of like this, you know, way of speaking. You know, because we as humans need, you know, other ways of explaining or doing what it is that we do. A lot of times with love, so we say an exception, this and that. Or we become astounded by something and say, gosh, if anything, that would break the rule. If anything, you know what I mean? If there were anything to break a rule, that would be it, you know, and it becomes this exception to the rule. It's an exceptional, stellar thing that sort of wows you enough for you to be like, hey, no, it's a rule. Never mind, I was close on that one, but no. You know, like it's just enough to set you at where you have to remind yourself it's a rule or something, you know, like something that's sort of, you know, is comparable, you know, it compares or something in a way. But this is a language of the heart, you know, I mean, we're beings of feelings and of heart and of, you know, creativity and a manner of speaking. Everybody speaks a certain way. Everybody thinks and feels a certain way. They gotta say it a certain way or it's not what they mean, you know? And although there's definitions and they're very strict definitions, and we know that, I think deep down we definitely understand definition and law. We still need what we need, and we have to talk the way we talk, and we mean exactly what we mean, and it's very, very intricate and personalized and exact to every person. There's like simply not enough words in it at all for like what it is we're all trying to explain about ourselves. Maybe this is why we all tend to lump things together and we don't have enough categories, and it's like everybody says, oh, it's complicated, and then there's this and that and the other thing, and it's like, really, in all reality, man, I think we like options. I think we're all trying very hard to express ourselves and explain ourselves and be ourselves and, you know, offer some sort of understanding of ourselves individually towards each other and even ourselves to be able to just speak it out and hear it and understand better. It's like, obviously more words, obviously better communication would do the trick, I think. Or, I mean, I'm not saying no communication in a verbal sense wouldn't work. I mean, of course it works. I mean, it's pretty explanative. You're just yourself. From one second to the next, one day to the next, you know, you're always being yourself at all times. It's infinite. It would be an infinite explanation. There would never be an ending to your explanation or a finalization or a synopsis in all reality. You are all the time. So to explain yourself is like, I don't know, all the time. You know, from here and then, like as if there's a start, like nobody even knows what to say or make of it. So now we came up with the craziest historical account of how we were and became, and where we're headed. And it's like, I don't know how the fuck these people came up with this. I think they stubbed their toe like way too many times throughout each day and night. Therefore, they think in ways of cataclysmic solutions. It's like everything just sounds pretty awful. Amoebas or some sort of organism, with flagellum. And it's like, dude, you're talking to me, and I'm like, so a flagellum. Okay. Tell me how that's different from me. Okay. We have no idea what that's like at that perspective. We just say dumber or something. Dumber and slower. Or unhappy, or the inability to feel happy. It's like intelligence is intelligence. We can clearly see that we are intelligent. We take nothing, which is to say nothing, right? Nothing isn't something even, it's nothing. And we make something, an idea, poof. And then we see these other things and say, I'm gonna make it even more than just that idea. I'm gonna make it. You can hold it, dude. It's gonna displace space and time. That's what I'm gonna do. And it's like, you don't think that's astounding? Okay, and you think we came from an amoeba? I look at that thing and say, dude, I get the story. It sounds astounding, and yet so completely incorrect. We can fathom something materializing. Okay. 4 to 5 years ago, we had a camera that was 60-something megapixel less than it is today. Yeah. I mean, I didn't even have a computer or internet until I was like, well, halfway through high school. And now, in 4 years or less, the megapixels are damn near 60 plus better megapixel. It's like the resolution is so good on videos and pictures. Some are worth gigabytes of space, and it's like a 3-minute video, or at most like 10-minute video, and it's like 10 minutes. Wow. I remember when we had Napster, movie downloads, or torrent downloads, or applications to help you download torrents for free, or bootleg is what it turned into. But it was really just, if you could figure it out, homie, grab it. It wasn't even illegal then. But I remember when a movie was like 80,000 kilobytes or something. Yeah, like kilobytes. Was it megabytes? It was like half of a gigabyte was like a movie, like an hour and a half, 2-hour movie, 1.5 gigabytes. Now it's like just a couple of minutes. I mean, like one picture will seriously be a good portion of a gigabyte, depending on what camera you're using, because I'm just using a phone. Who knows what photographers use and what kind of seriousness that is when it comes to like the space needed. Like, we haven't solved the space problem. We have to figure out how to like compress it, or you know what I mean, like the ratio is just like off. So people be running out of space on their phones, on their computers. You gotta re-up and you gotta update everything and get a new this and a new that. And it's like, it can't be so dysfunctional though that you can't afford the next new thing. So it's like, we have to actually keep up with it. And this shit's only in like the past 6 years. I remember when like an upload took like minutes. Now sometimes they take hours. And it's like, wow. I was uploading like 2-hour videos onto my YouTube, and now it's like, if it goes over like 7 minutes long, I'm like, oh man, it's gonna be over 4 hours, forget it. And I know I have like a 4-year-old phone, But it's like, for real, dude. This is how much it's changed. We're able to see a better picture, but we can only hold so many. And we can only share it so fast, you know, so we gotta like keep up with it and stuff. I don't know. I feel like I'm I'm not really giving you guys very good, you know, fun material to work with conversation wise. Well, I'll just end it now. It's like 10.5 minutes. That's probably good for now. Hopefully I'll come up with something better later. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.